Pokemon Go data trained AI that could assist
This is
military drones in war zones.
this is one that's still trying to be, I guess, real time fact checked. But it's starting to hit the news cycle this week, over the weekend. So, are you familiar with Pokemon Go?
Just enough though to know that it was like crazy popular a few years ago. Is it still as popular? Or just nobody talks about it.
It had a little bit of a resurgence for a second, and then it kind of
Whenever Pokemon releases a new game, which is every few years, I guess it creeps back up into the people's like, oh yeah, I remember that, and they'll log back on. I remember it was like big around like 2016, 2017, somewhere around there. I had a coworker that we were going to lunch one day. We were going to Wendy's, and he's just actively playing it while he's driving down the road, and almost got us in a head-on collision because of it. So
he
that's
was
like,
trying to swerve over and grab a Pokemon or whatever.
I never really played the game because when it was like super popular, my phone wasn't good enough to run the game, so I just missed it.
I mean, if I remember right, you had to like go to parks and places and actually like capture Pokemon.
And also the inside of your apartment and your backyard and everything.
And your ex-girlfriends, you'd sneak into the middle of the night because there was a super rare Pokemon.
I was walking around the other day. I was walking around and swiping Hinge because I'm a Gen Z. I'm an addict, and I need some dopamine rushes even while I'm trying to exercise. And I was like, dude, how awesome would it be if they made a Pokemon Go and Hinge combined? Hinge is a dating app. It's
like
designed to be deleted.
Tinder,
Yeah,
but
Tinder.
different.
So what if they do Pokemon Go but with Hinge? So instead of Pokemon, it just leads you to the girl's house.
But so here's the thing. So this was created. It was done by this company called Niantic. I don't know if I'm saying that right or not. But what they did over the course of this is they just harvested just copious amounts of data. Like, you're out there, you're catching your Pokemons on the street. You're in your apartment. You're in your bathroom. You're in your church. Whatever. All these things where things can't normally get access to, like, think like Google Street View, stuff like that. And you're also just getting different angles of like street corners and stuff like that. They have taken that and just straight up sold. They sold Pokemon Go to another company, and then they took all their data harvesting assets, and now they're using it to build stuff to power AI models. That was the long play. They did not give a crap about the whole Pokemon angle. They're like, this is just going to go viral. People are going to use it, and we are just going to get all of this data. Now the buzz on the street is that they are now going to start selling this data of like residential zones, urban streets and stuff like that, and sell it to basically defense companies for urban warfare to basically make drones smarter, things like that. And that's got people all sorts of ruffled.
Yeah, a little bit. It's what I want is, knowing how many drones with C4 attached to them they need for a specific area to depopulate it quickly.
Another thing about Pokemon Go, I don't know if this was confirmed, but I was reading a book called The Age of Surveillance Capitalism. I don't remember the evidence that they had, but they made the claim that companies like Pokemon Go, but specifically Pokemon Go also, they had some sort of deal with companies. There's like evidence of them making deals with certain businesses, and so they would use their app to lure people to those businesses, like to a certain restaurant or something. They would strategically place these Pokemon so that people would be more inclined to go to this restaurant or go to this grocery store or what have you. Not only is data being collected to predict how you think, but it's also being collected and literally, what do you call this? It is manipulating how you think, not just predicting.
Social engineering and stuff.
Yeah, it's like when you're scrolling Instagram and you see an ad for something and you're like, dude, I did not even talk about that with anybody. There's no way they could have known that. It's because you're being, what do you call this with the You're being groomed. You're being groomed to want that product, and then they show you that product. You don't even have to say it out loud. It's not like the microphone is picking up when you're talking about dog food and then it shows you dog food. It's not that. It is you are being fed content to make you want this certain product, and then they're giving you the ad for that product. It's manipulating your behavior, not predicting it, which is crazy to think about.
I think that's been a goal, though, for a long time.
Yeah.
Because if they can do that, it changes everything, right?
Yeah.
Create a new product, manipulate people into buying it, knowing how many will buy it. Beyond that, then they could say, okay, then we're going to short the stock on our competitors at the same time. buy a bunch on ours, and then they can predict the life cycle, and then as soon as that goes down, probably just let it tank so then they can short their own stock. Like, it changes the whole game because world economies are built off of, like, right now world economies are kind of built on the unknown, but people are starting to realize that, like, if we can manipulate it, we can predict it, all that kind of stuff, then there's really no,
Yeah.
it's not hard anymore.
There's no guesswork anymore.